Hey everyone, I'm Armor Gaming. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to a monster review on the quest monster O'Reilly. And I want to give a huge thanks to my pal Dib the Awesome for letting me use your account to make this video. There's going to be a link in the description to Dib's channel if you want to check out his content. With that being said, Dib is quite awesome because he was one of the few people that was not only able to get the quest monster, but get O'Reilly and rank him up all the way to rank 3. And if you don't know about this monster, he is by far one of the better monsters in the game, one of the better nature legendary monsters in the game. So why is it? Well, his trait. He will evade all area attacks and negative status effects. So any AoE skill, it cannot touch this monster. So this is really great because even if you're slower than the enemy, and the enemy does an AoE deny, AoE strong, 45 damage, 50 base damage AoE, it's not going to hit you. No negative effect will land, none of that. And on top of that, he's also immune to possession. So possession can't touch him, single possession can't touch him, and any AoE skills cannot touch him. This dodge area trait has become one of the more powerful things in Monster Legends, and it has great synergy. For example, with Brutalis, one of the recent team race monsters, Brutalis has the taunt trait, so Brutalis can get all single target attacks towards him, and O'Reilly can't get hit with AoEs. So in that team combination, you're protected from single target attacks, and you're protected from AoEs. And then for relics, this monster can hold the staff relic and he can also hold the mask. So with the mask, you can take advantage of the healing mask. So this monster can be quite difficult to take down if you don't OTK him. You can also take advantage of the exhausting masks. So let's say an enemy does manage to single target you. Maybe you're fighting a Voltic or a Charmless. Well, you're going to drain their stamina because they're going to try to eliminate you first. But you're going to, bam, you're going to drain their stamina. So great stuff he can do with the masks. And then with the staffs, same thing. Cane of Atlantis, he can give stamina to his whole entire team. The Night Owl staff, he can deal extra damage to the enemy. You can also do Oblation staff. This monster has a lot of AoE skills, so you can drain enemy stamina. So he also has a deny skill, he has a negative effect skill. So great monster, great relics, and skills. Now it's time to talk about the skills. So I'm just going to speed level him up to 115, and then we'll talk about every single skill you can potentially utilize on O'Reilly. Alright, so really quickly, he's just at level 100, so I can showcase his stats. His power is 3311, his life stat is 39208, and his speed stat is 3531, making him one of the faster monsters in the Monster Legends kingdom. But with that said, here's Wallet Willy at level 115, rank 3, his power stat is now 3762, his life stat is 51785, and his speed stat is 4012. Alright, so let's get into some of his better skills. You have A, which deals moderate nature damage to enemies and applies stun to all enemies. This is this monster's deny skill, so it helps that he's really fast, and it helps that he has an AoE stun. And again, it helps that he has the dodge area trait, so even if you face a Kihaku, even if you face a Montezuma, tries to do cooldowns activated, or Sunblast, he's a very popular monster in PvP right now. If Sunblast tries to do AoE possession, if he tries to do AoE cooldowns activated, that's not going to touch you, and then you can respond with an AoE stun. Now, yes, stun isn't necessarily the most powerful deny skill, especially considering monsters that have hardened and tough and bulwark and all of these traits that prevent them from getting denied 20% of the time, 20, 25, 30% of the time, but that's still fine. It's still great that this monster has some form of denial. Next up, you have a DOT AoE. This skill applies bleeding and poison. Both of these skills will remove 10% of HP from the enemy for the next 3 turns, and they also reduce damage output by 20%. So very powerful. Very good skill to cut away at the enemy's HP and also reduce their damage output. And then you also have Fun Dungeons, which removes positive effects from all of the enemies. That's very good to countering evasion, to countering just anything. If the enemy has a full life shield, if they have damage mirror, especially with the War Masters currently dominating the game. You know, Remtar activates skill mirror at the start of the battle. Elvira does evasion at the start of the battle. Ragnarok does a random War Master's status caster at the start of the battle. So this is really good to get rid of that positive effect. You also deal moderate special damage, and you apply a random negative effect to all of the enemies. And then you have the last skill, which is a total damage reduction to a single enemy monster. So if you know the enemy attacker has a strong single target attack, maybe you're facing, I don't know, someone that you know has a 70 damage single target attack, and because you're protected from AoEs and not single target attacks, you can cast the total damage reduction to prevent any damage from being done to you. On top of that, if you wanted to, you could also run Better Dungeons, which is a single version of Fun Dungeons. So you target a single enemy monster. You could run Round on Me, which is a all across the board AoE damage reduction, minus 25%. I don't think it's that great. You could also run He's Here to Help, which removes negative status effects from a single ally and applies a random positive effect to that single ally. It's very interesting because it only costs 5 stamina and it has 1 turn cooldown. If this would have been a team skill, I would have loved it. As a single ally, I'm not the biggest fan, but it could have its uses. So for the majority of the time, I would recommend these 4 skills. And for relics, again, because he has a bunch of AoE skills, for the staff, the Oblation Trap could really come in handy. Because if you stun them and you also remove some of their stamina, or maybe you can stun them, or maybe you can remove some of their stamina and apply a negative effect or the bleeding and the poison to reduce your damage output, like that could be really powerful. And here, really, it can be whatever mask you can take advantage of. Exhausting Mask, I think, helping the most, considering you can still get hit with single target attacks. So we'll do that. And, oh, let's talk about his ult. This deals massive special damage to all the enemies. Whoa, massive special, this is nature-based. So nature or special, we'll find out. It also applies Cursed, and it applies Possession. So you can AoE Possess, and then Curse will reduce the enemy's HP and stamina by 10% on the first turn, 20% on the second turn, and 40% on the third turn. Combine that with 1 night of fun, and oh boy, is the enemy in trouble. So lastly, we can talk about runes. Well, this monster, considering how good he is a 3 speed monster, so give him your absolute best speed runes, or he can even be a team speed holder, to be honest. And pretty much any deny monster can be a team speed holder. I don't think this monster would benefit from strength from an attacker position. Well, like you could potentially give him 1 strength runes, but he doesn't really need it. Once again, when you look at his skills, he immobilizes with stun. He can apply DOTs with poison and bleeding and poison, and even fun dungeons is a random negative effect. So he's not really a damage dealer. He's more of a negative status caster. So I don't think this monster needs any strength runes. I think he's either 3 team speed holder or a 3 speed holder. And at the moment, I'm not entirely sure if Dib wants him to be a team speed holder or a 3 speed monster. So I just want to showcase something. So I'll give him my infamous level 3 runes for now. And we'll do 1 PvP attack, and then I'll give him legit runes. So what I primarily want to showcase right now is the dodge area and how powerful it is. So this is the team I'm going to be using. Let me switch and put him in. O'Reilly. So the reason I'm specifically using this team, and I might as well give some relics to these monsters. Let's do a healing mask, and let's do a whatever I have, just to make them a little more competitive. The reason I'm using these monsters is because Dib has team speed on these monsters. So I want to showcase how even when Jazzstar goes first, how it's not going to do anything to my O'Reilly, even though I'm probably going to go second in the turn order, and it still allows me to react, which is what you want, which is what is really good about O'Reilly. The fact that you can go second, and a lot of monsters are doing this more and more. The fact that when you're facing level 130 monsters, the fact that even if you go second, you can win somehow, that you have some fighting chance. This is what's making these monsters so game breaking. So as you see, my speed is 7,663. No way could I outspeed that Jazzstar. He's just too fast. He has level 10 runes. But watch as Jazzstar does an AoE skill and doesn't even phase me. Check this out. Knight of the Tentacle. Oh wait, yeah, dodge area. See? Protected myself. See how it missed? So even though I went second, it doesn't matter. And then the beauty of this is that it allows me to respond. It allows me to do something. In this case, I'm going to AoE stun. And let's go ×2 speed. It landed on 2 out of 3. Good. And this also allows my other monster to respond. And one thing that just came to mind, remember that skill that costs 5 stamina? The one that removes negative effects from the enemy? Or I mean from one of my allies? That could also come in handy. Similar, like let's say one of my monsters was immune to possession and they actually got denied, they got possessed. I would have, instead of stunning, I could have used that skill to remove the negative effect from my monsters. Let's say Glitch wasn't immune to possession. I could have removed it, and that way Glitch would have got a guaranteed turn in. So there's definite uses for that skill. Let's see what I want to do. Kill switch, removal, let's do... Oh, they have a lot of positive effects. Let's remove all those positive effects. And then we'll see how this battle goes. Again, I wasn't necessarily... Look, another miss. Man, that dodge area trait is beautiful. I wasn't necessarily trying to win this battle. I just wanted to showcase the dodge area and how powerful it is. But I think I might actually end up winning. We'll see. We will AoE freeze. It landed on everyone successfully. And oh boy, I get to use O'Reilly's one of his skills. I don't know if I want to do the random negative effects or I want to do poison and bleed. I think to be safe, I'm gonna go with poison and bleed first to start killing Super Dan and Bonnie Bark, and I'll save Jazzstar for the end because he can't really do anything to me. So the crawling chaos, that stamina remove, but look at that. Once again, my dodge area has protected me 3 turns from that super fast Jazzstar, which is just amazing. We'll recharge. Bonnie Bark loses 7,197. So I get to do my random, my fun dungeons. Removes positive effects, deals moderate special damage, applies a random negative status effect. Let's see what I land on everyone. Jazza Star got Daze, Reverse Healing on Bonnie Bark, and Super Dan I didn't get to see. I think it was Daze. Merciless Blast, Faceless Beam, Dodge Area. Don't you love how nothing is hurting my O'Reilly? Wow. We're gonna do DDoS. Or yeah, I think DDoS should do it. DDoS and dead. That's 1 down. That's 2 down, and now it's a 2 against 1. And look, he finally single targeted me, but luckily I'm also immune to possession, so the possession didn't land. And what am I going to do? Well, let's apply a stun so you don't get a chance to recharge, Jazza Star. And then I am going to recharge because I have no stamina with both of my monsters. He unfortunately gets 2 turns in, but we'll see what happens. Crawling Chaos, dodge area, and dodge area again. Ha! Alright, let's apply a random negative effect and also remove all of that from Jazza Star. Fun Dungeons, and guard down, so all of my attacks will land. So I lost my glitch, but I think I have a pretty good chance at winning. So I can't be possessed, and the AoEs aren't going to do anything to me. So let's do the AoE stun. And no stamina for you. I'll recharge. I don't know, he might be able to finish me off with just a single target attack. Knight of the Tentacle, dodge area, dodge area. Fun Dungeons again, 1 night of fun. We'll do Fun Dungeons. Hopefully I land something good. Damage reduction. I should have probably done the total damage reduction. That would have been smart on my part. Faceless Being, miss. Dodge area, Crawling Chaos, miss because it's an AoE. Gosh, I love it. Let's do the AoE stun. We'll recharge and then he'll finish me off. Yeah, it might have been smarter to do the total damage reduction, but again, I wasn't necessarily trying to win this battle. I was just trying to showcase the potential of the trait itself, how amazing dodge area is in this current meta of Monster Legends. So now let's give him some legit runes and we'll do some legit battles. Alright, so this time around we're going to take on Redbeard because I switched my team combination and I'm going to be using my Brutalis, which is the combo I talked about. So even though there's an enemy Voltic, I'm not scared. But furthermore, what I wanted to showcase, let's see, 7944, 75. So I'm still slower, which is completely fine. What I wanted to showcase is that even against that Remtar, that's not a problem. To be completely honest, I brought SHIRO for fun, but I was going to bring a monster that was a team speed holder, and I decided, no, it would be fun to bring SHIRO just to fight Voltic. But check this out. So, Skill Mirror, very dangerous. What do? Well, I can utilize the skill I was talking about, Fun Dungeons, which will remove Skill Mirror and apply that negative effect to the enemy. Check this out. See? No sort of like skill mirror back to me. So that's awesome. Hopefully I do my Megatons. Yes, thank you very much. Megatons. Awesome. And I am going to do, let's see. I'm going to apply the Thunder Weakness to everyone. And it landed successfully. And gosh, that Voltic has so much stamina. Do I really want him to attack me? Because I could apply the Shock and then he won't be able to do anything. Applies regen and 1 extra turn, removes negative effects. Oh, let's do that. I should have done that first. And, ooh, now it actually kills Volt. What do I want to do? This doesn't deal any damage. Shocking damage applies shock to all enemies. Ah, sorry, Volt. I'm just going to finish you off. Well, actually, no, I'm not going to finish you off. Darn it. I wanted him to attack, but I forgot. The shock makes it so he can't get an extra turn. So that's fine. Let's apply the stun. No, let's go for the poison and the bleed. We need to... Now, what do we want to do? You know what? Let's go for the stun. AoE stun, and that prevents him from doing anything. Shock damage, and next I'll do... Please recharge. Oh, thank you. Oh, you're such a good one. I'm going to do the poison and bleed, so we're going to cut away other HP with DOTs. And let's... I can't... Special attacks don't work, but luckily I have extra turn skills. Justice, and then Samurai's Pledge or Shocking Dance. Let's get rid of Volt. And now it's a 3 against 1 battle. We can do total damage reduction. So sure, I don't want Remtar to deal any damage against me. Let's apply the Quicksand and Daze. And like another cool thing about Monster Legends, the current meta, is that you can win with just applying a whole mess of DOTs and preventing the enemy from really doing anything to you. 1 against many, let's see, Samurai's Pledge, and then Shocking Dance, and there we go, successful battle. Just like that. And he reflects it, but that's no problem. Next, I'm going to take on Firestorm. I went ahead and put my team speed holder again. My glitch, so now my speed is 86.26, and I am faster than everyone. So we're going to click fight, And what do I want to do? Let's see. I'm going to start the game off with I could stun everyone, but that's kind of lame. So I'm going to start off with the bleeding and poison. So apply the DOTs, and then this because I want to show again. I just love the dodge area trait. It is so powerful. Kihaku's going to do dodge area, and look, my allies got hit, but not my main monster. And then this is the Brutalis O'Reilly combo I was talking about, where if you have Brutalis against a Charmless, a Voltic, a Zyla, against a Kane, it doesn't matter. They can't attack your O'Reilly because Brutalis is tanking all the attacks. Now, of course, it's still a little dangerous considering how many times they can actually attack you, but for the most part, you'll be fine. And look at that, I got my ultimate, and we have to use it. Almighty Beard, massive special damage, curse, and possession to all of the enemy team. So, curse, possession. Kihaku's going to have to recharge, which is fine unless he has some sort of... I don't think there's a relic that can recover stamina, so he's going to recharge. Igursis is going to maybe do Vesuvius, maybe Pakaya. Please do Pakaya. Etna. Attack Charmless. And then, I'm going to activate Megatons. Alright, back to me. I'm going to get rid of the Possession with Fun Dungeons and apply another random negative effect, the Possession Immunity. And then, Charmless is as good as dead. Lots of DOTs, the Curse drains his stamina, attacks his own teammate, Charmless is dead. Over to Glitch, I can do whatever I want at this point. Let's do... what do I want to do? Let's just go a bunch of random negative effects. LEM contained, recharge, I can apply... I have to recharge too. Let's see how much HP he loses. 41k, and it is O'Reilly's turn, and I can pretty much do whatever I want. Total damage reduction, bleed and poison, I can stun, but he's immune to stun. So let's do total damage reduction. I lost my monster, but that's fine. Removal bug. Goes back to me twice. I can do one night of fun, and that is game over. Oh, still alive. Recharge. DOT kills him. 62k damage with all the negative effects. That is game over. So this has been O'Reilly, everyone. Isn't he just an absolutely fantastic monster? So once again, a huge thanks to Deadly Awesome for letting me use his account to make this video. There's a link in the description to his channel if you want to check out his content. And now I want to hear from all of you guys. What do you guys think about O'Reilly? Were you personally able to get O'Reilly? If you do have O'Reilly, how are you running him? Are you going with the 3-speed? Are you going with team speed? Whatever, have you been able to use him? Whatever thoughts you have about this monster, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all next time.